The ADX Indicator. Determining the strength of price movement. In this video you will learn what the ADX is, how to use the ADX to gauge trend strength, how to read the ADX indicator, how to assess the trend direction when using the ADX indicator, what the pros and cons are of adjusting the ADX settings. The Average Directional Index, or ADX, is used to determine how strong a trend is. It provides the trader with a reading ranging from 0 to 50. The higher the reading, the stronger the trend. Conversely, the lower the reading, the weaker the trend. The ADX is very useful in helping you gauge the strength of the trend. This is beneficial if you are a trend trader and are looking for strong trends which can offer high probability trades. It is important to note that the ADX does not provide buy or sell signals. Let's now look at the ADX readings and what they can tell us. We are focusing on the ADX line, which is the thick blue line. When it is below 25, it indicates that the trend is weak and that it is not advisable to use trend following techniques. As a trend follower, you would want to see a reading of above 25, as this signals a strong trend. A reading of 30 to 50 signals a strong trend. However, once the indicator reading is over 50, caution should be taken, as the trend is considered extended and the market can very often pull back from extremes. The ADX indicator can give you a good indication which direction to be trading in. As previously shown, the ADX indicator is composed of three lines: the ADX line, the D+ line, and the D- line. When the positive D line rises above the negative D line, you can consider the trend to be up. And when the positive D line is below the negative D line, you can consider the trend direction to be down. The trend strength is then indicated when the ADX line rises above the 25 level. The ADX indicator uses price to calculate its reading, which is then displayed on your chart in the form of a moving average line. This reading is influenced by the period setting that the indicator is set to. The standard setting is 14 periods, but you can change this to suit your trading style. Most traders use a range between 7 to 30 when adjusting the indicator's setting. The higher the indicator setting, the smoother the ADX appears on your chart. A trader can find an advantage to using a higher setting, as it will result in more reliable trend readings. However, it will take longer for the indicator to confirm a trend is underway, increasing the chance of missing a substantial move. On the other hand, using a lower period setting will result in trends being detected earlier on. However, there is a chance of the indicator giving more false signals. It is important to note that the effect of the D+ and the D- lines are usually not noticeable when the period settings are adjusted, as the overall reading is the same. In this example, you can clearly see the D- line is below the D+ line, which indicates a downward trend, regardless of the differences in period settings made to the indicator. When changing the parameters of the ADX, it is important to test whether your changes are actually improving or worsening the results of your strategy. So far, you have learned that the ADX is primarily a trend strength indicator. It is a useful confirmation tool, but it does not provide buy or sell signals. It consists of three lines, the D+, D-, and ADX lines, which show the strength of a trend and also indicate which direction to trade in. It provides a reading which generally ranges between 0 and 50. A reading below 25 indicates a weak trend. A reading of above 25 signals a strong trend. A reading between 30 and 50 signals an extremely strong trend. A reading of over 50 signals that a trend is at its peak and could soon reverse. The standard setting for the ADX is 14 periods, and traders usually opt for a setting of between 7 and 30 periods. A higher setting will smooth price action and provide more reliable signals. A lower setting will result in more trends being detected earlier, but can also provide false signals.